Welcome. I am your host, Malazan narrator. They were meant to be the champions of light, the chosen children of Father Light. But the Tiste Liosan, they are a story of arrogance, isolation, and ultimately a fall into irrelevance. The beginning, the birth of the Liosan. The story begins with the great schism of the Tiste people. Once there was only one, united under Mother Dark, the goddess of eternal night. But when she turned away from the light, a divide was born. Some of her children rejected the darkness and looked to Father Light instead. These were the Tiste Liosan. But here's where things get interesting. Unlike their kin, the Tiste Andii, who drowned themselves in sorrow, or the Tiste Edur, who walked the path of shadow, the Liosan were different. No, more than different. They believed themselves superior. They built a realm of blinding brilliance, a place so pure, so untouched, that it became their prison. The Realm of Kurald Thyrllan, a world of scorching radiance, where nothing but the Liosan could thrive. The arrogance of the Tiste Liosan. Now, here's the thing about the Tiste Liosan. You won't find them in the great wars of history, standing beside mortals or shaping empires. No, while their cousins walked the world, forging alliances and spilling blood, the Liosan did nothing. Why? Because they believed themselves above it all. Mortals, beneath them, their own kin, corrupted by darkness or shadow, and so they remained locked away, waiting for the day when they could reclaim the world in the name of light. But the world did not wait for them. And by the time the Liosan finally stepped beyond their golden prison, they were already relics of a past no one cared about. The Tiste Liosan in the Malazan world. When the Tiste Liosan did emerge, they came not as saviors, but as zealots. They saw a world filled with filth, humans, Jaghut, even their own lost cousins, the Tiste Andii and Edur. All were unworthy in their eyes. Yet, for all their arrogance, the Liosan were not invincible. In truth, they were unprepared. Unlike the Andii, who had lived through the destruction of their civilization, or the Edur, hardened by war, the Liosan had no experience beyond their perfect, unchallenged world. And when they finally waged war, they lost. The world had moved on without them, and their belief in their own superiority, it was nothing more than a brittle illusion. The lessons of the Liosan, a warning against isolation. The tragedy of the Tiste Liosan is not just that they failed, it's that they never even understood why. They could have walked alongside their kin, learned from the world, shaped history. Instead, they let arrogance blind them. They let isolation wither them. And in the end, they became footnotes forgotten by the very world they sought to rule. And perhaps that is the true lesson of the Liosan. Power without understanding is meaningless. Superiority without wisdom is a path to irrelevance. Conclusion of the Tiste Liosan. What do you think? Were the Tiste Liosan doomed by their own arrogance, or were they simply victims of a world that had no place for them? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the Malazan universe. Until next time, Malazan narrator.